Welcome to another stage analysis video. It's Sunday the 7th of May 2023. I'm going to start off today's video with a run through some of the week's bigger stage 2 moves, some of the stocks just breaking out into early stage 2 and a few early continuation breakouts and some kind of on the borderline. Just wanted to run through those before we get into the more regular members content with the market breadth, watch list stocks, what's going on with the indexes, the industry group relative strength rankings, the bell curve, etc. The whole forest of the trees approach that we do in the stage analysis method in order to determine the weight of evidence and look for the obviously future leading stocks. So beginning today, as I said, starting off with some of the recent stage 2 breakouts and some obviously continuation moves. Shop is a real popular one at the moment. Had a strong move this week on earnings. You can see the weekly chart here, obviously running through the stages. It's had a very deep stage 4 decline low. So this is something I've been cognizant of throughout the year. I've been highlighting this in the watch lists since it started to move back into stage 1 back in November time. So it's been highlighted multiple times since November all the way through to the recent continuation breakout again. So at the moment, starting to move into the secondary move in early stage 2, the initial stage 2 breakout, running into near-term resistance pretty quickly and pulling back into the broader range once more. But you can see obviously after such a huge stage 4 decline like this, we had this inverse head and shoulders bottom pattern and then obviously breaking out and pushing back through again. So one thing that you will note with after a very large stage 4 decline that many people, it's particularly a beginner's trap, is that their attempt to buy breakouts that are very early, especially if you get a breakout attempt this kind of early. So this one was more of a lower pivot, still underneath the resistance, and obviously much larger resistance there. If we use a good way to look for that kind of resistance is to use the weekly Ichimoku cloud on its own without all of the rest of the Ichimoku indicator on the chart, just to give an idea of time-based resistance and what you're kind of dealing with after a long stage 4 decline. As although the stage 4 decline in Shop wasn't particularly long, it only lasted, what have we got there, through the start of 2022 into starting the end of October there, so say 10 months or so, which is reasonably normal length for a stage 4 decline, but it did have a huge decline through that period. So from the top to the bottom there, it dropped over 86% there, more than that. Even the actual stage 4 part of that itself was obviously down over 80% even. So a dramatic decline. And so when you have such a dramatic decline in a short amount of time, you tend to have a lot of overhead resistance to deal with. And it's going to take a lot of overhead, a lot of volume in order to push through that in a quicker fashion as such. So if we don't see much in the way of volume come through following this week's continuation breakout, then obviously there's many months ahead of potential churn to get through before we start to get to clearer skies again. Although this chart obviously does look quite bullish in the pattern, and it looks like the traditional stage analysis pattern. But one thing with that is that after it doesn't really, the pattern from the book doesn't show a huge stage 4 decline before you start to move back out into stage 2, and a lot of people mistake it for that, and then they go for stocks that have had big declines. What you actually want to see generally is after a big stage 2 run and it rolling over, you want to see a more of a shallower pullback, then starting to base and then starting to move out again. So this is your potential starting to move back into stage 2 at that point. When you get a move where it's come all the way up and gone all the way down and even lower than the original stage 2 breakout and a really deep decline, then you're going to need a much longer base structure to deal with that overhead resistance. Or if you do break out earlier, you're going to get a lot more chop as it moves through before you actually start to break out. So Shop, good example of that. Classic early breakout that then rolled back over again, come back to test towards the 200-day moving average and has started to move out again. So moving higher and some stronger relative volume this week. So it does look interesting, but as I just showed, there's a lot of overhead resistance to deal with. And if we go to the daily free ATR chart, you can see it's extended above the free ATR level at the moment. And generally when it gets above its free ATR bands, it's a little bit extended in the short term, and we tend to get some consolidation or some sort of pullback. So that's on watch at the moment. Still, wrong one, go back. Next up, DraftKings. So this has been highlighted in the watch list many times, again, since the end of last year and start of this year particularly, as it started to move back through its 30-week moving average, and we started to get an early attempt to move out into stage 2 that was still underneath a significant zone of resistance here. So as it started to move out, you can see the 30-week moving average had started to rise, started to break above a few near-term pivot levels through here. So if we look at it on a daily chart, so one of the things with a chart like this where it's moving down and curving down is we need to look for areas of significance. So we've got a few areas here that have been tested, but they're quite close and there's still a lot of overhead in the near term there. You can see there's multiple levels through here, and again that area is once again tested. So this potentially becomes our stage 2 area to watch. So with this gap up move on earnings, that was the potential initial stage 2 attempt in this, but it was running straight into overhead resistance through here at the time, and then pull back into the range and back to the breakout level again to then start to move out from the backup entry zone once more, and has now made a new continuation breakout attempt. So whether you want to look at it from it's only just moving into stage 2 in the recent weeks, or whether it moved out a little bit earlier back in, was it there, early February there at that time, either or, it doesn't really matter. It's just that the technical attributes at this point through this, since this point through here, have been more favourable, with a rising 30-week moving average, the 10-week moving average starting to cross back above the 30-week moving average, strong volume on that breakout attempt, and then shallower volume on the pullback, and then obviously following through and starting to see rising volume as it starts to rise back up, starts to clear some resistance levels. Again, still not completely clear of overhead resistance here, running into some older resistance. Again, if we use an Ichimoku cloud on this to get a look, we're still not quite clear of that completely, but we are much closer to the end of that time-based resistance than we were with Shopify there. So could potentially start to move out in the next few months into clearer skies as such. Number one of interest this week came up in the watch list, Itri, massive stage 2 breakout attempt, 28.28% on more than 2 times the average weekly volume here. See this one, a little bit of a strange base structure. The original selling climax here, automatic rally, secondary test, obviously started the start of the base structure through here, then had an up thrust back in July last year, which immediately reversed back down and got back under the 30-week moving average within the second week. So an initial failed attempt, a very early breakout attempt, but you can see the 30-week moving average is still declining at that point. So all that does is increase our base structure and resistance levels to watch. There's also a level of resistance from back here, the swing lows, that hadn't yet cleared. So you can see then did the opposite at the other end of the scale, shakeout move at the bottom, spring type action, and then started to move back up and started to form some higher lows before eventually breaking out convincingly. So if we look at this in a little bit more detail here, you can see a downtrend line through here, started to move through this area and the top of this base structure. So potentially this week here, still shallow volume, is an early attempt to move into stage 2, even though it hasn't ultimately cleared the full base structure, but it has cleared multiple levels of resistance there. So, but a very weak attempt at that point. So this week is a much more convincing stage 2 breakout attempt at this point. So as you can see, there's that earlier move through here, didn't really make a whole lot of progress before pulling back into the 200-day moving average, but it never undercut the 30-week moving average. If we come back here completely, so you can see it started to come underneath. So with your initial, if you did take that, your stop loss would have just hung in there with the investor stop loss. So whether that's the stage 2 breakout or whether this week moving into the stage 2, as I said, it doesn't really matter. All that matters is that the technical attributes are improving, and it's now started to clear some of that resistance, and now moving on to bluer skies here with a relative strength moving above the rising zero line here, starting to outperform the S&P 500. Number one of interest this week, haven't put this one in the watch list. It has been coming up in the scans, Zillow Group. It's a bit more of an earlier breakout attempt back at the start of the year. It's pulled back into the backup zone and is now looking to push out to make a continuation breakout. Not quite there yet. You can see it's was a bit of a shallow stage 1 base compared to the length and depth of the stage 4 decline. So with such a small base structure there, don't like to consider it until it's in a better position. So if it does start to break out at this point, then we'll be in a more favourable position now after the base structures had coming up to a year, 10 months or so to develop now. Shack, S-H-A-K, so Shake Shack, there's a new stage 2 breakout attempt this week again, early breakout attempt, kind of failed at this time, the daily, put in a daily stage 2 breakout attempt, but then rolled over. The week couldn't close above the multiple resistance levels here and then rolled back in. Again, hasn't undercut, so anyone that did take that early attempt wouldn't have been stopped out. It'd still be from the investor stop loss area, would still be within that range. But at this point, this is a much more convincing stage 2 breakout attempt. Volume is obviously significantly higher, more than 2 times the weekly average by a long way there. See relative strength again, starting to outperform above the flattening zero line here, starting to make new highs in the near term. So it's starting to look a bit more interesting. Again, another one with a fairly large stage 4 decline. Did come off a long way. So if we go back to, although the stage 4 didn't officially start until around this area down here, it's one of them, a little bit of a more complicated stage 4 decline. This from the top to the bottom there, it did have a 70% decline. But with this initial move down here, this sharp move off, while the 30-week moving average is still rising, is still within stage 3. So we then had that strong rebound move back up to the 30-week moving average, but it couldn't hold, rolled back over again, made a new pivot, and then started to roll over. And then at this point here, you can see the 30-week moving average is starting to decline at this point. So this is potentially where it starts to move down into stage 4 after a very obviously volatile stage 3. A lot of people mistake stage 3 and stage 4 a lot of the time, because stage 3 can have, like stage 1, you can have very, very large ranges within stage 3. You can have huge moves, you can come off 50+% or so just within stage 3 and have violent moves in both directions. Same with stage 1, you can have huge moves off the lows, sudden change of behavior after a selling climax. You can suddenly get 100+% ranges and it still be within stage 1. So it's not about the percentage moves as such, it's about where it is compared to the various moving averages that we look at, how they're shaping up, and the other technical attributes that we follow, which such as the relative strength, overhead resistance, etc. So again, stage 2 breakout attempt this week, much more convincing, lots of volume. So this one's a more interesting one. If we look at it from a starting to get towards the top of the resistance zone here, so potentially if it can consolidate and pull back for a few weeks there, it'll start to be into clearer skies there. Uber, obviously another popular one, so a lot of people noting this week. Obviously huge volume in this one. It's been a very choppy character to it over the years. You see the stage 1 structure through here. Had an initial stage 2 attempt through here that potentially failed, although again did not undercut that 30-week moving average stop loss area. So would potentially, if you did take the initial attempt out into stage 2 that squatted, then you would still be in it at this point from the investor stop loss position. But this obviously is a much more convincing stage 2 breakout attempt once more. Again, still not completely above old resistance levels here. We've got a lot of resistance back from the late 2021 and the early 2022 swing highs there, and obviously this near-term pivot. So it's not completely out of the resistance zone yet. Again, looking for some VTP, tighten up a little bit, potentially start to move out. As if we go back onto a daily chart on this one, you can see the daily log chart here starting to get extended from the 21-day and the 50-day. If we put a free ATR level on this using the Keltner channels, you can see it's running up the free ATR level, which once it gets to the free ATR levels here, it's in an area of resistance as well. Then we'd expect some kind of consolidation or pullback unless the market is particularly strong. So you can see with this, to give the 21-day a bit of chance to catch up, and you ideally wouldn't want to see it come back below the low of this earnings gap move here. So you probably want to see it consolidate in the 38 to 35 kind of range, ideally in the upper half of that area. So, but Uber, again, looking interesting here. Managed to work off a lot of the old resistance here with fairly big base structure that's been going on since the move up in late July, early August there, 2022. So this is all stage one through here. It's potentially, as I said, this could potentially be the start of stage two, or this could be the start of stage two. It's a little bit of a nuance of the method, as like obviously if you take the initial breakout attempt and it doesn't pan out, as that one didn't, doesn't necessarily mean that it's obviously moved back into stage one or not. Because obviously it needs to, in my opinion, you should take out the investor stop loss in order for the attempt to have completely failed. So, but would consider it a failed breakout attempt in terms of the weekly bar. But obviously, if you hadn't taken that, then you would then be looking for the next breakout attempt, which obviously we've then got with earnings this week. So as I said, let's look at the resistance on this one. So this one actually clearing some of the older resistance now in bluer skies. So in a better position than we've seen with the other stocks so far, with much less resistance to deal with here. So